that's why I walk up the line, right? Because he's going to not want to drop it.
Yeah.
He can pinch his side a little bit. And like sometimes that's supposed to let him go. You see like how well that's working.
That's a good hold.
Right?
That's a good hold, buddy.
So what I'm doing now is I'm twisting his collar so he kind of can't hang on to this.
He's like, let me try though. Oh, good boy.
So this is what I need to see, right? I need to see like very predatory behavior.
Yeah.
Right? I need to see that he's not afraid of it at all.
Yeah.
I need to see that he feels very dominant over the bird. And then when I have that, now we can start doing live bird stuff, right? So if he was like,
Take a picture of it.
if he was bothered, this is like crack cocaine right now.
You're so cute, Buster. Oh my God.
It's moving. He's not chewing on it. He's got a very nice calm hold. He's not munching.
Wow.
Right? It's a good boy.
That's a nice boy.
Right, and this stuff like so like bite sport guys, they talk about full mouth grip, like no air gaps, right?
Look at this guy.
So they like make a big deal out of that stuff,
Yeah.
and so I just like to make a point. Like you see some dogs, they want to pick it up by a feather,
Yeah.
and like they barely want. They're like, I don't want to touch it. It's gross, right?
He ain't scared.
No, I don't think that's it.
his stupid
Right, so
eyes.
this is genetics and breeding, right? So this
Yeah.
is the stuff that we kind of want to have happen. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull flight feathers from both wings of the next bird, so that it can get up and fly like a couple feet off the ground.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be able to really do much, right? And so what we'll do then is we're going to allow him to kind of just encounter the bird naturally, but he's still going to be able to catch it, right? Now that'll be the last one that we do that way.
We want him to catch.
Everything else that we're going to do, we're going to use like liberated birds or birds in launchers, right? And so we're going to need to introduce the launcher out in the open also. So we'll do that too, just so he knows what it is and he's not scared of it. Like when I hit that thing on the tailgate, he kind of backed up first. He was like, that was a loud noise and I wasn't expecting it. Now again, like going back to genetics and temperament, like as soon as I threw that thing on the ground, he's like, we're back in action, right? So that kind of caution and what was that? That's okay. We just want to see like, can he switch back into prey drive quickly, right?
Yeah.
So, because you're going to see that happen in a lot of places, like duck search. He's going to get hung up in like vegetation in the water, and he might like freak out a little bit. And like if we can just dump a bird in front of him when that happens, and he's like, "No, I'm good. Legs work again," right? And we just go back to what we're doing. So we'll see that kind of stuff happen. And then same thing, like I'm not going to take stuff from him, so I'm behind him, and I'm going to kind of choke him off of this. That way I'm not creating like a lot of possessiveness there, right? If we do anything too much, we're gonna run into trouble, right? So like we'll do this for a while until we have a way to get him to let go of things. But for now we're okay. If we do this all the time though, he's still gonna kind of, like sometimes they start proactively spitting it out, which is, nothing's a problem. It's just like how it plays out, we have to like do stuff, right? To address it later. And then sometimes like they really don't want to let it go. They kind of know you're coming, and it's gonna your presence ends up making them lose it, right? That kind of stuff. Okay, but like having dead birds for him right now, like you take him out in the field like this and you just walk. If he's like puttering and stuff, it's because there's nothing for him to find. But we start dropping stuff for him, and then we'll be good. Yeah, I know, buddy. You're covered in blood. You're a savage. There's a point. All right. So that's our start of our pointing instinct. So we're gonna see if we can get another rep out of this bird. Oh, you like it, huh? Use these to make not wild birds act like wild birds, right? So what we're gonna do now is like the way that these birds are letting him get on top of them that wouldn't normally happen in real life, right? So when he hits scent in training now and he doesn't stop immediately, then we're gonna pop these birds and let them fly away, right? And we'll talk about more detail later, but that's the long and short of it. But before we do that, I need him to feel like these aren't scary things. If he just encounters this in the field and he doesn't know what it is, then it's no good. But if he hears this thing pop and he sees it and then he sees a bird comes out of it, then I feel like he starts associating it with something good, right? So we're just gonna kind of like stand here. I'm gonna beep it so that we get him looking in that direction, and then we'll pop it. And then as soon as I pop it, I want you to let go of that line so he can go chase this bird. It's another wing clipped one. Let him go. We're gonna put one that is just completely normal so it can fly away. Whether it will fly away or not, that's a different story. Yeah. But so what we're gonna do now is we'll put a launcher out. We will go out here into some thicker stuff now. And we'll put the launcher out. And then what I wanna see is like as soon as he smells it, if he doesn't stop, we're gonna pop the launcher so that it flies away. And so now that's where he starts learning, like, I got to keep this bird on the ground by keeping my distance a little bit, right? So that's what we're trying to do with the launcher now. Now, you could still use liberated birds, but if you're going to do that, you need to plan them. So like there's this hedgerow here, right? Or if we were kind of like in woods that weren't too thick. That way when and you need good birds, right? So like that way when he finds them and he tries to take them out, they flush and fly and he can't track them. Because these things are going to fly maybe 100 yards and then set back down. And so we need something that breaks the visual there or kind of helps restrain him. Like he has trouble getting through the cover to stay like on top of the bird when it's flying. So we need to have something that sort of mitigates that piece, because if he's able to run down birds and then pick them up again, then he doesn't need you.
Yeah,
like and he doesn't need to point.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So that's the idea here, right? Is we try to prevent that from happening, but we have to balance that with, I need to see that he's really predatory, right? So we don't have a problem there, but like at some point I need to see that he's ranging and he's really hunting and all that sort of stuff. But right now these intros, we just we're not asking him for too much. Yeah. He's showing me everything I need to see. Right? Cool. Come to me. Good boy. Good boy. Walk around this way. See how he loses it because the grass is on stuff. Okay. Oh, so you see the difference, right? First time and now?
Yeah.
Walk wide that way and kind of encourage him to go that way with you. Watch him. Watch his movements, right? Because you'll see right there. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do that retrieving thing that I said so that we can still work on this a little bit. I'm gonna go way far away. I'm gonna shoot the blank gun. You're gonna be in between me and these guys so that you're throwing it and it's not so far that he's not gonna actually be able to complete the retrieve. So you should only be, I don't know, 10, 20 yards away from him. But you throw after I shoot. When you throw, like if you're standing there with the dog and you're my thrower, you're going to throw perpendicular to them. What we're trying to have them be able to see is a really nice arc, and then the bird hits the ground so high, and it doesn't have to be too far away from you, but throw it like high and away from you. This is how we start helping the dog learn marking. I'm going to give you 3 birds. You can just have this bag kind of hanging off your side. So if you see that he's having trouble finding it, right? If he's not running straight at it and you see him start looking like he's hunting a little bit, then I want you to make some noise. Just go, hey, 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 and then throw another one to the same spot where the first one was.
Okay.
Ready? Send him. Get on the end of your check cord and just start, you back up. And you see that makes him grab it, right? So that's how we help nurture our retrieve before we can force it.
Good.
Good boy, Vaughn. Good boy.
That was perfect. Walk out with him, keep walking towards it. Throwing up, make some noise, throwing up.
Up.
Good. And I think it almost landed on the first one, which is perfect. That's good.
Atta boy. Good boy.
Good boy, Buster.
Right, so you can go pick up your spare bird, and then next time we do this, if you see, when you started seeing that little bit of hesitation, he started turning back and looking at his handler, we want to try to throw before that happens. Send him. Let him hunt. Good. See, he didn't lose forward momentum, right? So he stopped a little short, but that's fine. But if I see the side-to-side stuff, that's when I'm going to address that problem, right? Pick up that and just walk. Yeah, little gentle tug there. Don't rip his head off.